So that is, I don't know what the title of that is.
Banana Bounty. Banana Bounty. And it's an unusual angle of bananas. Looking up at it, the banana flower would be hanging down below the picture plane. But that's what it is. Bananas do grow from trees, growing up like that, the different hands of bananas. And before I moved to Hawaii, I didn't know that. But now I certainly do. It grew in my yard many, many times. And that's a vision of bananas. And in fact, I had that for a while. This is a little bit older painting, and I had that, and I redid it. It had a blue background once upon a time, and I painted it purple and brightened it up a little bit. Purple, of course, is the opposite on the color wheel of yellow, and every time you have complementary colors, they bring each other out. So just knowing some of that theory behind painting is fun to make things pop a little bit better that way, and that's what happened here.
That's great. If you want to head into the office, so we'll talk about some of those.
Alrighty. Put bananas in a lot of my paintings. I like bananas.
Okay. So you want to talk about some of these?
I love these paintings.
Let's start there. That's Innocence. One of your greatest.
Innocence. It's kind of different. It's unusual for me to have monochromatic, or green and white and black. It's more monochromatic than most of my stuff. And I like the softness. I like constantly experimenting and doing new things. So when I wanted to go back to a large, painstaking, blended, beautiful knockout piece, I chose something that was different from other things in that it's just a few colors. And I liked the strength of the lotus flower. I liked the inside detail. I liked the big one leaf curling around it. I really liked the black background. By the way, I have never used black in a painting. It's a combination of alizarin crimson, viridian, a couple other colors. But to make it look black, but it's not really black because it's a more alive black than if I used actual black. So there is that. But anyway, it was fun to do, and it's called Innocence because the whole story about the lotus comes up out of the mud and it reaches for the heavens, and it's just a beautiful white innocence about it all.
Now, over my desk, I have a pair that I always say look like your Van Gogh style. Mm-hmm. And one's a hibiscus on the left, and I still don't know what the name is.
Radiant. That's called Radiant. Radiant, because it's radiant.
Okay. And the one on the right, the blue one, reminds me of Starry, Starry Night by Van Gogh.
Yep, and I've heard other people say that too. It sure does. It's called Rainy Day Lovers. It was a photograph taken on a rainy day of two little tiny plumeria that haven't quite opened up yet. Whereas on the other hand, the Radiant, that hibiscus is in full bloom, just really doing its thing. Both of them, what they have in common is the painterly feel that I've been doing just the last few years, where you can see the brush strokes. All this while we've been talking about the painstaking way of blending, where you can't, it looks like airbrush, but not this. This is very much, you can see every brush stroke, and there's nothing blended, and that's a really fun, alive, exciting method of painting too. So, and I kind of felt almost a little guilty going so far out of what I'd been taught to come up with this, but I really had fun with it. When you touch it, there's a lot of texture, so it's really thick. And some of my later paintings are not only getting more texture, but they're getting actual 3D with fabrics and things that I'm painting, army men and things that I'm gluing onto the canvas. So yeah, this was the beginning of that path. That path.
And I think the sister painting, or maybe a cousin, to...
Back we are to our painstaking method, yes. And actually, there's no chronological, although this fun painterly method I did in the last, I would say, 5-7 years. I never did it before that. But still, when I sit at a canvas, I don't know what I'm going to be led to do. And this was, at that same time period, I created this. And what it is from a photograph of in a friend's garden, appropriately named Bill, I don't remember his last name, W something, but it was from his garden, and I just love also gardenias. I really like a lot of different flowers. I call this the Promises from his garden, and I really, again, I did it not real long after doing the other green and white and black painting, so they do look good together, although interesting enough you don't put them together, but in the same room it is a nice look to it. It's nice to have the color frame. And again, the black areas are not really done with black. I really never use black, but it's the Promises.
Yeah, I think we're going to move them to the back of the living room and swap them out every now and then. Now, one of my favorite colorful paintings is right here.
Joyful Garden. This is called Joyful Garden. Sometimes I call it Happy, Joyous, and Free. Joyful Garden. Again, from Bill W.'s garden. And just the joy of it. I don't really know what this plant is called. A Heliconia, in the Heliconia family.
Bird of Paradise, maybe.
No, but it's in the Heliconia family. Something like that. But I just loved the joy of it. I like the blue here. I do like, it's just very colorful and really happy. It took a long time. It was one of those painstaking blended ones. But my feeling about if it's too colorful and too bright, if it's not painted softly, it would be too much. So that's one of the reasons why I use bright colors, but I soften the whole look by the soft blended method that it's done in. So it's part of my philosophy of painting for the last several decades.
Well, I think, Barbara, we've covered all the beautiful paintings that we have here. And I want to thank you for taking the time to explain these to us. You're leaving day after tomorrow for the mainland. Are you think you're going to miss Hawaii?
Leaving. I have been here 32 years. It's been a wonderful experience, absolutely amazing. I've created so much work, made so many friends. There's so much about Hawaii that will always live inside of me. The aloha is a part of me. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to go forward and see. I'm actually kind of excited because, as you can see, as time goes on, I'm open to learning new things. We don't have any three-dimensional art here, but I have a future with a lot of fun things, and I don't even know what I'm going to be doing. So that's going to be, I'm very, very excited to see what comes out of me. The flowers are different over there, and how I portray them will be different too.
Are you going to be painting California flowers and not Hawaii flowers?
Well, there's no reason to continue with Hawaii flowers. They're here. Why? And I'll be there. I was at the Santa Barbara mission, and we went to the rose garden. And I have a lot of photos of the roses and the white roses, and they're just beautiful. When I was a little girl, we had roses, and in fact, my dad would sing this song as he shaved every morning. He would sing a song called "My Blue Heaven," a little nest that's nestled where the roses bloom. Just Molly and me, and baby makes three. How happy we'll be in my blue heaven.
That's very nice.